3 worst and 4 best Mercedes-Benz engines to drive forever. This guy bought a 1995 Mercedes diesel for $8,000. 20 years later, still running, 0 major repairs. This guy bought a 2007 ML350 for $12,000. 2 years later, $6,000 balanced shaft job. Then the transmission went. Same brand. Totally different engines. One's a legend, one's a nightmare. One turns 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. The other hands you a $6,000 bill at 80,000 miles. I'm about to show you exactly which engines to buy and which ones to run from. Think all Mercedes engines are bulletproof? Wait until you see the AMG V8 that eats headbolts for breakfast. Let's start with the 3 you need to avoid. Worst number 3, M272/M273 V6. The balanced shaft nightmare. Starting around $8,000 to $15,000 for used ML 350s, E350s, and CLK 350s from this era. Here's the problem. Balance shaft and timing gear defects, especially in the early years from 2004 to 2008. These V6 engines have a fatal flaw. The balance shaft gears and timing components wear prematurely. When they fail, you get cam timing faults, misfires, check engine lights, and eventually catastrophic engine damage. The fix? A multi-$1,000 teardown. One ML 350 owner reported a $6,000 balance shaft job. And that's not all. The plastic intake manifold lever can snap, and a full manifold replacement runs close to $1,000 just for the part. Consumer reports flag these engines. Forums are filled with horror stories. And mechanics? They see these failures constantly. Did you know? Later revisions after 2008 improve reliability. But if you're buying early M272 or M273 engines without documented repairs, you're rolling the dice. Let's talk about one specific model, the 2006 E350. Beautiful car, elegant design, comfortable interior. But under that hood, the early M272 V6. Owners report issues starting around 60,000 to 100,000 miles. One day it's fine. The next, you've got a check engine light and a repair estimate that makes you question every life decision. M272 and M273 owners, what did your balance shaft or timing repair cost you? Drop the year, mileage, and total bill in the comments. Would you ever risk buying one of these without a full inspection? I wouldn't. What did we miss? Call it out. But the next engine? Even worse. Worst number 2, M156 2.1-liter diesel, the rear chain disaster. Found in everything from the C-Class to the Sprinter van between 2008 and 2016. Efficient? Yes. Reliable long-term? That's where it gets expensive. Here's why. The timing chain is mounted at the rear of the engine, against the firewall. When that chain wears or fails, the engine has to come out. We're talking $4,000 to $7,000 for a timing chain job. Add in injector issues, EGR problems, and the emission stack, DPF, NOx sensors, SCR systems, and your ownership costs skyrocket between 100,000 and 200,000 miles. Let's look at the 2012 C250 CDI. On paper, this car is perfect. Great fuel economy, up to 40 miles per gallon on the highway. Smooth, refined, plenty of torque. But that OM651 diesel, owners report timing chain issues starting around 80,000 to 120,000 miles. And when it goes, you're paying for an engine-out service that costs more than the car is worth. Mechanics call this one of the worst diesel designs Mercedes ever made. Not because the long block is weak, but because every repair is a nightmare. OM651 owners, did you survive the rear timing chain job? What was your total cost? Post your receipts. So we've got balance shaft failures and rear timing chains from hell, but nothing, and I mean nothing, breaks hearts quite like our number 1 worst engine. Worst number 1, M156 6.2-liter AMG V8, the hand-built heartbreaker. This one hurts because the M156 is glorious. Naturally aspirated, hand-built, 6.2 liters of pure AMG fury found in C63s, E63s, and even the SLS AMG from 2006 to 2014. It sounds like thunder and drives like a dream, but here's the brutal truth. Early headbolt corrosion, cam and lifter wear, cam adjuster rattle on cold starts, and injector leak down risks. The headbolt issue is the scariest. Coolant loss can lead to hydrolock and catastrophic failure. Fixes exist, updated head bolts, revised lifters, but the labor costs are massive. The early head bolts corrode when exposed to coolant. Over time, they weaken. Coolant seeps into the cylinders. Start the engine with coolant on the pistons, hydrolock, cracked block, or bent rods. Game over. Let's talk about the 2008 C63 AMG. This is one of the greatest sports sedans ever made. 451 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. That exhaust note, pure automotive poetry. But if you're buying an early C63 without documented head bolt and cam updates, you're buying someone else's $10,000 problem. Consumer Reports and multiple YouTube mechanics flag this engine. Forums are split. Some owners swear by it after fixes, others call it a ticking time bomb out of warranty. Here's the thing. If you buy an M156 with documented head bolt and cam updates, and you maintain it religiously, it can be incredible. But if you're buying one blind, you're gambling. M156 owners, did you fix the head bolts and cams? What's your total investment and current mileage? Drop your build sheet in the comments. Best documented case gets pinned. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about the engines that actually deliver on the Mercedes promise. Luxury you can trust for the long haul. If this is saving you thousands, hit subscribe. The 4 best. Best number 4, M112 V6, the overbuilt workhorse. Starting around $5,000 to $12,000 for used E320s, CLK 320s, and ML 320s. This is the V6 Mercedes should have kept building. Produced from 1997 to 2005, it features a 3-valve per cylinder design, twin-spark ignition, and bulletproof internals. Owners routinely report 200,000 to 300,000 plus miles with basic maintenance, oil changes, coolant flushes, and occasional valve cover gaskets. No balance shaft nightmares, no rear timing chains, just a straightforward, durable V6 that does its job year after year. Let's look at the 2003 E320. The W211E320 with the M112 V6. Refined, comfortable, built like a tank. 221 horsepower, plenty for daily driving. There are E320s out there with 300,000 plus miles still running strong. The driving feel? Smooth, refined, and plenty of torque for highway cruising. It's not fast, but it's confident. M112 owners, what's your highest mileage? Post-year, miles, and biggest repair. The M112 is solid, but if you want a V8 that'll outlast your kids' college loans, keep watching. M113 or M156 at 200K, what do you trust? Best number 3, M113 V8, the Bulletproof V8. Starting around $8,000 to $20,000 for used E500s, S500s, CLK 500s, and even SL 500s. This is the V8 that built Mercedes' reputation for durability. Produced from 1997 to 2009, it's simple, naturally aspirated, and engineered to last. Owners regularly hit 200,000, 250,000, even 300,000 plus miles. The compressor supercharged versions, just as reliable. No chronic flaws, no head bolt failures, no balance shaft disasters, just regular maintenance. Oil, coolant, spark plugs, and you're golden. Let's talk about the 2003 S500. The W220 S500 with the M113 liter V8, 302 horsepower. Smooth, quiet, effortlessly powerful. Owners report 200,000 plus miles with nothing more than regular maintenance. No drama, no surprises. The driving feel? Smooth, torquey, and that classic V8 rumble. It's not the fastest, but it's confidence-inspiring. Mechanics call this the best V8 Mercedes ever made, and they're right. M113 owners, what's your secret? Post your mileage and maintenance routine. Now we're getting into legendary territory. The next 2 engines? They don't just last, they become family heirlooms. Let's move to a diesel that can outlive its owner. Best number 2, OM 617 3.0 liter, i5 diesel, the million-mile legend. Starting around $3,000 to $10,000 for classic 300D and 300TD models. This is the engine that made Mercedes' reputation. Built from 1974 to 1985, it's old school, mechanically injected, cast iron durability. There's a documented 300TD with 782,000 miles. And it's still running. No electronics, no DPF, No emissions nightmares. Just a diesel that runs forever if you adjust the valves and change the oil. Let's look at the 1983 300D turbo diesel, the W123 300D with the turbocharged OM617, 120 horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 13 seconds. But who cares? This car was built to last forever. Owners pass these down through generations. There are 300Ds with 500,000 plus miles still running like new. The driving feel? Slow, agricultural, but unstoppable. It's not about speed, it's about outlasting everything else on the road. OM617 owners, what's your highest mileage? Drop your year in total miles. The OM617 is a legend, but there's one diesel that takes it even further. Before we get to number one, hit subscribe if this is saving you money. You're going to want to see this. Best number one, OM606 3.0 liter V6 diesel, the forever engine, starting around $8,000 to $18,000 for used E, 300D and S300TD models. This is it, the king, the engine that will outlive you, your kids, and probably your grandkids. Produced from 1993 to 1999, this is Mercedes diesel engineering at its absolute peak. Mechanically injected, cast iron block, Bosch reliability. Owners routinely report 300,000 to 500,000 plus miles with basic maintenance. And here's the crazy part, it's tunable. Crank up the boost, add bigger injectors, and you can make serious power. And it still lasts. No DPF, no DEF, no emission stack, just a diesel that runs on discipline, fuel filtration, oil changes, and respect. Let's talk about the 1996 E300 diesel, the W124 E300 diesel with the OM606, 134 horsepower, 155 pound-feet of torque. It's not fast, 0 to 60 takes about 12 seconds. But this car will run for 400,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Minimal repairs, incredible fuel economy, and a driving experience that just feels right. The driving feel, torquey, smooth, and confidence-inspiring. It's not fast off the line, but it pulls like a freight train from 1,500 RPM. Mechanics worship this engine. Enthusiasts hunt for them. And owners? They never sell. OM606 owners. What's your mileage? Post your year, miles, and biggest repair. Highest documented mileage gets pinned. So there you have it. 3 engines that'll break your heart and your bank account, and 4 that'll run until the wheels fall off. But let me give you the quick buyer's guide so you know exactly what to look for. Avoid these. M272/M273, early, balance shaft risk. OM651, rear chain equals engine out repairs. M156, head bolts and cams out of warranty. Buy these. M112, overbuilt V6, 200K to 300K plus common. M113, Bulletproof V8, simple and durable. OM617, million-mile legend, mechanical injection. OM606, the forever diesel, 300K to 500K plus routine. 3 engines to avoid. M272/M273 early, OM651, M156 out of warranty. 4 engines to drive forever, M112, M113, OM617, OM606. Here's the principle. Luxury means confidence you won't regret it in 5 years. Post your engine code, year, mileage, and total repair spend in the comments. Best documented case gets pinned. If this saved you thousands, smash that like button and subscribe. Next video, the 5 most undervalued Mercedes models that will skyrocket in value, linked right here. Thanks for watching.